Even after the age of 50, desire does not simply vanish. Many believe that passion fades with time, that intimacy becomes routine and distant. Yet, psychology and human experience reveal a deeper truth: desire can be maintained, even strengthened, if certain subtle dynamics are understood and applied. It is not about extreme gestures or grand declarations. It is about presence, attention, and an awareness of what truly stimulates the mind and emotions of a woman who has lived, learned, and grown over decades. Studies on human attraction and emotional connection show that a woman's brain continues to respond to novelty, confidence, and authenticity far beyond youth. Simple behaviors, unseen cues, and nuanced communication hold the power to keep desire alive. The secret lies not in trying harder, but in understanding the psychological triggers that reignite attraction naturally and sustainably. In this video, you will learn exactly what creates this magnetic pull, how subtle actions and attitudes influence desire, and why emotional connection now outweighs physical attraction in powerful ways. By the end, you will understand how to nurture desire over the long term, keeping a relationship passionate, engaging, and deeply satisfying. If you want to see how these secrets work in practical, everyday situations, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. We are about to explore the psychology of desire and the techniques that work even after 50, all backed by real insights and examples. Desire after 50 does not fade simply because of age, it transforms. Women at this stage of life carry decades of experience, memory, and emotion, and these shape what excites them now. Unlike younger years when attraction is often driven by novelty or physical appearance alone, mature women respond to depth, confidence, and meaningful connection. Psychology tells us that the brain continues to release dopamine, oxytocin, and other chemicals that fuel attraction when interactions are emotionally stimulating and intellectually engaging. It is not about constant attention or grand gestures, but about subtle signals that communicate care, respect, and presence. A man who understands this can maintain desire without attempting to perform or overcompensate. One important factor is emotional intelligence. Women notice when a man truly listens, remembers details, and responds in ways that show understanding. These small acknowledgments trigger feelings of appreciation and excitement, for more than superficial compliments. Research shows that women who feel understood and valued remain emotionally connected, which naturally sustains desire. Another key aspect is confidence. Mature women are drawn to men who exhibit quiet assurance, who are comfortable in themselves and do not rely on external validation. This kind of presence communicates stability and security, which are highly attractive traits after decades of life experience. Physical intimacy remains important, but it is enhanced when paired with psychological connection. Simple gestures, like a thoughtful message, remembering a preference, or showing patience and attentiveness, can spark more desire than flashy or dramatic actions. Studies of long-term couples show that those who maintain small, consistent signs of attention report higher sexual satisfaction even after many years together. Novelty is also critical, introducing minor surprises, trying new activities together, or sharing new ideas keeps the brain engaged and prevents routine from diminishing attraction. Even nonverbal cues, such as posture, eye contact, and tone of voice, carry significant weight. Women respond unconsciously to subtle signals that communicate interest and attentiveness. These cues can be more powerful than words alone because they tap into instinctive emotional responses. The ability to balance presence with independence is essential. A man who is consistently attentive but not overwhelming creates a space where desire can flourish naturally. Ultimately, the secret to sustaining desire after 50 is understanding that attraction has evolved. Physical appeal is only part of the equation. Emotional engagement, confidence, subtlety, and thoughtful attention carry far more weight. By focusing on these psychological triggers, a man can maintain and even intensify desire, creating a bond that is both deeply satisfying and resilient over time. Communication is a powerful tool for maintaining desire, especially after 50. Women value meaningful conversations that go beyond surface-level topics. Sharing thoughts, feelings, and experiences fosters intimacy, which naturally strengthens attraction. It is not about impressing with grand stories or achievements, but about genuine exchange and connection. Asking questions that show curiosity about her life and listening attentively demonstrates interest and respect. Neuroscience research suggests that the brain releases oxytocin, sometimes called the bonding hormone, during emotionally engaging conversations, which deepens attachment and sparks desire. Humor plays a subtle but essential role. Light teasing, shared laughter, and playful interactions release endorphins, creating positive associations with the man's presence. Mature women often appreciate a balance of seriousness and playfulness. Too much gravity can feel heavy, while constant joking may seem superficial. Timing and context matter. Understanding when to be supportive, when to challenge gently, and when to lighten the mood builds emotional tension, which fuels attraction. Consistency is another key factor. Small, repeated actions over time, like remembering her favorite coffee order, sending a thoughtful note, or acknowledging achievements, signal that a man values her, which reinforces desire. Psychological studies show that repeated positive reinforcement strengthens neural pathways associated with reward and attachment. This is why long-term relationships thrive when attention is consistent yet subtle, avoiding overwhelming displays that can reduce emotional impact. Physical presence remains important, even without direct intimacy. Simple gestures like sitting close, maintaining gentle eye contact, or leaning slightly during conversation convey interest and attentiveness. Women respond to these cues unconsciously, often interpreting them as emotional availability. Balance is critical. Being present without being controlling allows her to feel both desired and independent. Intellectual stimulation is equally powerful. Mature women are attracted to men who can engage in thoughtful discussion, share new perspectives, or explore ideas creatively. This mental engagement triggers curiosity and admiration, which enhance desire. Offering insights without dominating the conversation fosters a sense of partnership rather than hierarchy, making interactions feel dynamic and mutually rewarding. Finally, managing silence strategically can amplify attraction. Moments of thoughtful pause, where the man listens without rushing to speak, create emotional tension that invites reflection and anticipation. Silence is not emptiness, it is a tool that communicates confidence and allows desire to build naturally. By combining meaningful conversation, consistent attention, subtle physical cues, intellectual engagement, and well-timed silence, a man can maintain a woman's desire long after 50, creating a bond that is both resilient and deeply satisfying. Confidence, more than appearance, is a magnetic force that sustains desire in women after 50. It is not about arrogance or dominance, but a calm assurance in one's actions, words, and decisions. Psychological research confirms that women are often unconsciously drawn to men who exhibit emotional stability and self-assured behavior. This type of confidence signals security, which is especially important in mature relationships where trust and mutual respect form the foundation of attraction. A man who communicates clearly, keeps promises, and manages his emotions effectively exudes reliability, making him more desirable. Body language enhances this effect. Standing or sitting with relaxed posture, maintaining steady eye contact, and moving with purpose all send signals of strength and competence. Even subtle gestures like a calm tone, measured speech, or controlled hand movements communicate self-confidence. These nonverbal cues activate the brain's reward system, creating a psychological impression of stability and charisma. Women may not consciously identify these signs, but their brain reacts positively, associating the man with safety and emotional security. Mystery and unpredictability can also heighten attraction. Predictable routines may feel comfortable but can reduce excitement over time. Introducing small surprises, sharing unexpected ideas, or demonstrating new skills keeps interactions stimulating. Neuroscientists explain that novelty triggers dopamine release, which is linked to pleasure and motivation. This makes the woman anticipate encounters, creating a mental loop where desire remains active and engaged. Empathy plays a complementary role. Demonstrating genuine concern for her feelings and listening without judgment allows emotional closeness to develop naturally. A woman's desire is strengthened when she feels understood and valued. Studies in emotional intelligence indicate that empathetic communication can increase relational satisfaction and sexual attraction, particularly in mature adults. This means that combining confidence with emotional awareness creates a powerful dual effect. She feels both secure and emotionally connected. Appearance remains a subtle factor. While youth is not the focus, grooming, posture, and style signal self-respect and attentiveness. Small details, like clean clothing, subtle fragrances, or neat personal care, reinforce the perception of competence and care. This alignment between internal confidence and external presentation amplifies the magnetic effect a man has on a woman's mind. Finally, curiosity about each other sustains mental and emotional engagement. Asking thoughtful questions, sharing perspectives, and exploring common interests nurture a dynamic relationship. Women are more likely to remain mentally and emotionally invested when conversations challenge, intrigue, and inspire them. This intellectual and emotional stimulation maintains a sense of desire that does not fade with age but evolves with the relationship. Real-life experiences show that maintaining a woman's desire after 50 is rarely about grand gestures or constant attention. It is about consistent, subtle actions that communicate respect, attentiveness, and emotional intelligence. Take, for example, couples who have been married for decades. Research in relationship psychology indicates that long-lasting attraction often hinges on shared rituals, humor, and mutual support rather than physical appearance alone. Small acts, like remembering important dates, listening intently, or supporting her hobbies, signal care and attentiveness, which keeps emotional bonds strong. Communication remains key. Open, honest, and thoughtful dialogue allows both partners to express desires, concerns, and boundaries. Women are often more attracted to men who can articulate their feelings clearly without pressure or judgment. Studies on intimacy and attachment show that verbal validation and emotional responsiveness enhance both emotional satisfaction and sexual desire. It is not about performing or impressing, it is about creating a safe space where attraction can flourish naturally. Confidence, as mentioned earlier, remains critical. For instance, a man who can initiate meaningful conversations, show decisiveness, or pursue his passions demonstrates that life remains full of purpose and ambition. Women at this stage of life are often drawn to men who display independence and self-assuredness. This does not mean controlling behavior, but a clear sense of direction and personal integrity. Such qualities create psychological arousal, as they signal reliability, stability, and competence, which are inherently attractive. Physical connection also plays a subtle role, even without overt sexual activity. Simple gestures like a gentle touch on the hand, a warm smile, or maintaining close proximity communicate interest and affection. Research in social psychology shows that these nonverbal cues trigger oxytocin release, a hormone associated with bonding and emotional attachment. When combined with attentive listening and engaging conversation, these small actions reinforce desire and connection. Maintaining novelty and curiosity is equally important. Experiencing new activities together, exploring new ideas, or even playful teasing stimulates the brain's reward system. Dopamine, released during moments of excitement and novelty, helps sustain attraction over time. Women remember these stimulating experiences, and the anticipation of shared adventures reinforces desire. Empathy and emotional attunement cannot be overstated. Understanding her moods, validating her feelings, and responding appropriately to stress or vulnerability strengthens both trust and desire. Emotional intelligence ensures that interactions remain meaningful and fulfilling, which encourages long-term attraction. A combination of confidence, empathy, subtle physical cues, and mental engagement creates a magnetic presence that keeps desire alive. Keeping a woman's desire alive after 50 is not about dramatic displays or constant attention. It is about consistency, presence, and emotional engagement. Studies in relationship psychology confirm that women value attentiveness and emotional responsiveness more than superficial qualities. A man who listens actively, remembers small details about her life, and responds with genuine interest demonstrates that he values the relationship and her individuality. Such behavior naturally strengthens attraction, creating a deep sense of connection that physical appearance alone cannot achieve. Confidence and self-assurance remain central. A man who pursues his passions, maintains his independence, and shows decisiveness conveys a sense of purpose and reliability. This sense of direction is inherently appealing because it signals stability and competence, qualities that become increasingly important in long-term relationships. Women notice when a man continues to grow, challenge himself, and maintain his own identity, as it suggests that he will remain engaging and stimulating over time. Subtle physical cues also play a significant role. Nonverbal gestures such as a gentle touch on the arm, maintaining eye contact, or a warm smile can trigger the release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, which reinforces emotional intimacy. Research in social neuroscience shows that even brief, meaningful touches can enhance feelings of connection and trust, creating a fertile ground for desire to persist. These gestures, when paired with attentive listening and meaningful conversation, generate a sense of safety and excitement simultaneously. Maintaining novelty and curiosity is essential to prevent routine from dulling attraction. Exploring new activities together, sharing fresh experiences, or engaging in playful banter stimulates the brain's reward system. Dopamine released during these moments of excitement strengthens both emotional and sexual attraction. Women remember these moments vividly, associating them with pleasure, anticipation, and connection, which reinforces desire over the long term. Empathy and emotional intelligence remain critical components. Understanding her moods, validating her feelings, and responding thoughtfully to stress or vulnerability deepens emotional intimacy. Research in attachment theory shows that couples who practice consistent emotional attunement report higher levels of satisfaction and sustained desire. By balancing confidence with empathy, maintaining subtle physical engagement, and fostering shared experiences, a man can create a magnetic presence that keeps desire alive even decades into a relationship. The key is understanding that desire after 50 is not just about passion or physical attraction, it is about creating a lasting, multidimensional connection built on trust, attentiveness, novelty, and emotional intelligence. A man who cultivates these qualities naturally maintains her interest, strengthens the bond, and ensures that attraction remains powerful and enduring for years to come.